Hey, welcome to PSP TV. It's Kevin Gammy. Today, really honoured to have with me Dr. Peter Ellis. Peter, how are you today?
Great.
That's
Really excited about what you're doing. It's fantastic.
And look, it's really exciting. You've got 2 doctorates, but they won't let you do any surgery.
Well, they will, but only on businesses, not on people.
Fair enough. Good call. Good call. So, a little fun fact about you. You tell us what happened in your early life.
Well, in my early life, because I'm really old, the first concert I went to was a Christmas concert in London, put on by a guy called Brian Epstein, and the headline band was one called, I don't know if any of you heard of them, the Beatles. And it was absolutely brilliant. We saw them afterwards and waved and shook hands.
Well, there you go. I don't know too many people who've been to a Beatles concert, so you are one of them. But more importantly today, your 2 doctorates have both been about business, business education and then business scalability and development. Have I got that second one right?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Excellent. So when it comes to finding out about how businesses can grow and what makes the successful, you're a good guy to listen to.
Well, I've always, my biggest passion has been to find out why smart people fail in business and people who aren't that smart do very well. And they often say it's because no one told me I could fail, but that's not the reason. And I have found the actual reason.
So that's it. Now, the workshop that you've got, and I just need to read the title to get it right, is understanding what drives profit in your business. So you're going to help us understand the difference, the things that the successful people are focusing on that helps them be successful in their business.
Absolutely, definitely. The interesting thing is, if you ask, as I have done, successful businesses, why they were successful, they'll all give you different answers. And the question is, are they all right or are they all wrong? And the answer is both. They are doing it, but that's right for them. That's right for their business. But what is right for everybody's business? And that's what this workshop's about.
Fantastic. Now, you found 5 different keys to the successful businesses. So without deep diving into them, but what are those 5 keys?
Okay, very simple. I've done many years research into this, and there are an enormous number of very clever people who have looked at all the different elements of business. But what they haven't done is take all those pieces of the jigsaw and make a picture. And that's what I've done. And those things basically are this. 2 elements, there's 5 elements. 2 are personal management abilities, and 3 are organizational activities. And I put them all together, and you've heard of them all. When I tell you what they are, you'll say, yes, I realize that. But when I explain that they all fit together and what happens if any one of them's missing, then it all starts to make sense.
Cool. So just briefly, really quickly off the top of your head, so what are those 5 elements?
Okay, those 5 elements. The personal ones are your mindset, which is your vision. Now, you have to remember that as a business grows and develops, that will change. So someone who is an electrician has got a different vision or mindset than someone who's running a public company. It can't be the same, but all along the way it changes. And that's another thing which we'll go into later.
And I love that. And an analogy that I quite often use is, I doubt when Richard Branson first started producing the university magazine, I doubt that he thought he was going to get involved in space travel.
Exactly. That's spot on. That's exactly right. And I also tell people when they're looking to grow, and they say, well, I have to do everything myself. I say, well, look, Mr. Coles doesn't run every single shop. And so therefore you can't get everyone to be you. As you grow, your vision changes, your mindset, your worldview of business changes. And but that's only one element.
Cool. What's the next one?
The next one are your management skill sets. again, as you grow your business and as you develop, you have to learn new management skill sets. Those management skill sets are to do with people and various other things. If you don't have that and you do what's called micromanaging, then you're going to get stuck.
Who gets stuck with a micro business?
If you're micro business, you can micromanage, not a problem. And that's like 85% of businesses. That's fine. But if you want to grow more, then you have to change. And that's something I'll tell you about there as well.
So fantastic. What are the 3 organizational?
Right. The first one is the actual structure of your organization. The way it's structured, the way it's set out in terms of management, who does what, who listens to whom, and so on and so forth. And one of the biggest problems is that it's just abdicated. It's just left to other people or left to the people. It's not managed and organized. And that, again, is what stops people doing it. Now, the second one are the processes and procedures. When you're doing it yourself, it's all up here, mate. You can't. It's not something that you work on. But as you grow and you have more people, they can't read your mind, so you have to explain it to them.
I know, it kills me, right? So what's that?
When you get even bigger, you've then got to write it down. So there are different stages how that goes. And when you get even bigger, it's called governance. But basically, it's your processes and procedures. And finally, the third one is your action plan, the culture of the business. And that's very important, because if you haven't got an action plan, no one knows what you're doing or where you're going. And I've got plenty of stories to tell about those sorts of things that go on. So essentially, those are the 5 criteria that make the difference. And you have to have all of them, not just 1 or 2. And what I'll be doing in the workshop is explaining what happens if you miss any of them.
And also what happens when, because as we decide, as you mentioned, at different sizes, you'll need a different level of emphasis on different parts of this.
Absolutely. I won't be going through all that in the workshop, but I will be explaining what they are and showing you what happens at the different levels and so on.
Fantastic. Now that's a great, 7.5-minute version of what's happening. So basically, when people leave the workshop, they're going to understand more about those 5 key elements and how they need to apply them to themselves and their business so that they can move their business forward to the next step.
What they'll also understand, and this is really important, is that if there's an element or something wrong in their business, something going wrong that's not working, they will be able to know what the cause is.
Fantastic. Look, thanks very much for coming on today. Really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to hearing more about these 5 elements and how you need to apply them, and you know, how to understand what needs tweaking at different points in time. So thank you very much for your time today.
Pleasure. Lovely to see you.